Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today I'm making video on pre-exam prep. So there I'm showing you how to start study as a medical student if you are so much with the peer pressure of your studies and tomorrow is your exam. As I'm studying pharmacology, and in pharmacology I would like to suggest you the Katzung or the Travers, the pharmacology edition, and along with side the our teachers provides us with the notes which are their own notes, and it's very helpful to study. So there I am showing you how to start your prep before your exam, and how to ace your exam with the A plus grades. Have um, uh, if you have a bit knowledge and you want to grab all that material in one day, so I will give you some tips and tricks. After following these tips and tricks, you will definitely get your position, inshallah. So just make sure to subscribe my channel and share and like if you think it's useful for someone. Just make it sure to share with friends who are preparing for the medical exams. And now let's move to the second part. In this part I will show you my notes and give you tips how to take notes in an effective way. So there I am. Here we go. Now we will discuss the notes of pharmacology that has been provided by my teachers, and this one is the most recommended book for pharmacology. If you are most fond of pharmacology, best book, so Katzung and Travers is the best book. Now the point here I would like to share is that that's general consideration and pharmacokinetics. Here is the historical background of pharmacology, right? Some people skip this part, but I would like to share something, some most informative point here, that people might skip this part of a pharmacological historical background. But teachers wouldn't like to fail the students. They mostly pass the students, majority of the students to pass. They try their best to pass majority of their students, and at the end there might be complex competition between toppers, and they ask questions from this historical background, because mostly students skip this part. So if you want to top and get A plus grade or a top position in your class, so never skip this historical background, right? Now the next point I would like to discuss here is that if you are learning definition, must know its extra point. Means it's every definition has its extra point. It might be its diagram, or it might be its flow chart, or by graph, or any example, right? Or some concept. So if you are studying like a pharmacokinetics and pharmacodynamics, so these two terms are more similar, but one is kinetics and one is dynamics, right? So there might be ask a question like differentiate between the pharmacokinetics and pharmacodynamics, right? So these are some strategies to prepare for questions which will be asked in your tomorrow's exam, for what you are preparing for. And the next one is never skip these flow charts or flow diagrams. And one thing, remember in your mind, some definitions are very easy, like toxicology. It is represents from the word toxicology, means there is a might be a toxicity in this definition. So signs of poisons, right? This is the key point of toxicology definition. So always remember some key points of the terms, like toxicology has a key point, signs of poison. If we discuss another term, like chemotherapy, chemo for chemical and therapy for treatment. So there might be use of some chemical drugs or their chemical effects to treat. So these are the terms we can study like this: chemo, chemical, and therapy to treat. And same like as pharmacoepidemiology, pharmacoeconomics, pharmacovigilance, pharmacogenetics, and pharmacometrics. These are the terms which might ask, and some people prepare for difficult parts of the syllabus, are prepared for the difficult part of the syllabus, and they skip the easiest part because they are in a misunderstanding that teacher will not ask the easiest part. They always make hard questions. So don't skip your easy part. You might uh, you must be learn you must be prepared for the easiest part, because sometimes the teacher just might like to ask journal knowledge questions, like if we talk about for the preparation like MCQ paper. So this type of questions might ask, tell me the uh, which one is the mineral source of drug, right? Sources of drugs. If we talk about mineral, it includes liquid paraffin, magnesium sulfate, kaolin, and aluminum trisilicate. And similar as for the animal source and for the plant source. And if we further go in depth of this paragraph, we find something like their scientific name also. A um, plant like um, digital is puporia, which gives the glycoside digoxin, right? And the opium plant will give morphine. So these are some very quick MCQ questions, and these are mostly asked MCQ questions. Now move further. Many sources offer drugs, microorganisms, synthetic, genetic engineering, biologicals. Then further go for long question preparation. If teacher might ask, write a detailed note on gene based therapy. So don't do not only tell the gene based therapy, but also tell its type, its definition, its intro, and its classification, like as stem cell therapy, nanomedicines. These are all the parts of gene based therapy. And also tell the diseases related to this topic, like what are the diseases which could be cured by gene based therapy, we can say thalassemia, phenylketonuria, and cystic fibrosis are those diseases which could be treated by using gene-based therapy. So why I'm discussing all these parts or strategies to gain high score. Okay, if you would if you want to score high and get your A plus grade, so you must have to follow these tips. Now if we talk about sources of drug information, so there are three sources of drug information: primary information, secondary information, tertiary information sources, right? And these are three sources of information. And further we discuss pharmacopoeia, and pharmacopoeia are very useful in medicine preparation, and all information related to drugs, its a preparation and its a description, its physical properties are discussed in pharmacopoeia. uh, India has its own pharmacopoeia. Indian Pharmacopoeia stands for IP. IP stands for Indian Pharmacopoeia, and also abbreviations might be asked in exams, so get prepared for it. Never skip bit of information. um, I'm not using highlighter this time, but I recommend you to use highlighter if you found difficulty in learning something. Then must remember uh, who give the drug reference, like Martindale give the complete drug reference. Okay, these are some bit information which can increase your marks, and you will change from average student into a topper student, right? And if you think these informations are not eligible for asking in a question, so get these informations for your MCQ questions, like IDR, Indian Drug Review, and physician desk reference has the abbreviation of PDR, like these are confusing, but if you get prepared, and so you will get your marks. Then many drugs and its terms and its types and classifications are written here, but but first of all you have to go through the notes quickly. Note the time, 10 minutes, and go through the notes, and after 10 minutes note how much pages you have go through. Like if I start routes of a drug administration and dosage forms, then I just saw the subheadings or subtopics, like local application, and then evacuant enema, retention enema, and all the highlighted parts or subheadings, oral or anterior route. So I just ask in my mind, what is oral or anterior route, why it's used for, or what are the advantages if I administer drug through anterior route, and what are the disadvantages if I administer a drug from this route, right? And what are which drugs are related to this route, which can be administered, right? So these might be questions you have to ask in your mind with your own self. And after these advantages, disadvantages, further you have some information about what type of dosage forms are used, um, which can be administered by oral or anterior route, right? And if extra information is given, so keep it in mind, because the important note or the extra information might ask, and that's why it's an extra, for extra marks, for extra points. So never skip that part. Now come to the another thing, and that is uh, about there are so many routes, like as prior we discussed oral or anterior route. Now we are on parenteral routes. Similar, they have the advantages and disadvantages. So make some similarities and differences. It make your understanding quite easier. If I talk about oral or anterior route, and the parenteral route, so they have no similarities, but they have opposite sides. In oral route, the advantage is that drugs are safe and convenient and economic, while in parenteral route, drugs are more expensive and less safe and liable to cause infection if proper care is not exercised. So these are some tips you can get high marks. And if we go further, why I'm discussing these all tips and tricks with you people, because I would like to share some extra knowledge and some useful beneficial tips and tricks and strategies to prepare for the medical exams. These are tough, but not impossible to get high grades, right? So as a well wisher, um, I would like to share my experience and observation how to get um, full marks, 100% to do our best, right? And give quick uh, review of your notes, like how many routes there are 4 to 5 routes, I think so. And then again it's at advantages, disadvantages, and the dosage forms which can be administered by this route. And then also see the precautions if they are given, and extra points for remember, for the extra marks or extra points. And then further go, and some terms might be discussed with these roots, like here it is discussed, the term intraperitoneal. Peritoneal, intraperitoneal is from peritoneal, from the peritoneal cavity, which is related to the abdomen side. And in the term intraosseous, the osseous word shows the bone. So intraosseous, we are discussing about the drugs. So here is the keyword, like drugs injected into the bone marrow. Bone, the word is shown, is represented by the osseous word, right? So if you forget the information when teachers are uh, telling you to mark on your notes, just make light lines, underline the words and its meaning. It's a very useful technique. Just underline the words to get the meanings. mm, and go down the notes, and always and the and one more information I would like to share is that some terms are really uh, really new, right? Like jet injection. It is the term which is frequently asked because it is like a new information, a trending information, a rare information. Jet injection. To teacher might give this term to test your general knowledge according to your subject. So jet injection is for dermojet. You have a little concept about it by learning this definition, right? Then you have to make some concepts like intravenous, transdermal, sublingual, all these terms, transnasal route, right? And these all. And if I discuss about absorption and bioavailability. Absorption and bioavailability. um, Here we are discussing not only the absorption. We will discuss about the absorption of drug and its dependence, and how much drug is absorbed, and how is the effect, like therapeutic effect or adverse effect or toxic effect, which rate is high, right? So I just understand one concept about the absorption of drug is that the rate of drug come back to the plasma after administration. Higher the rate in plasma, the higher the rate of a drug in blood plasma, higher the therapeutic effect of that drug, right? And some and I am giving you one more extra information is about the prodrugs are those drugs which are inactivated, and after administration and swallowing these drugs, they get metabolized and active. um, if you find these informations helpful, so make sure to subscribe the channel. And I feeling so happy if you will get high marks after getting these information, and follow these strategies, tips and tricks which I discussed with you people. And as a well wisher, I am doing these things. I just don't demand any fees, or any appreciation, or something like that. I just want to make good for everyone, and wish you good luck for your medical exams. And do it for your passion, not by force. And medical is a study, it's for your own body. You are learning about your own body. And if I talk about the pharmacology, you are learning about the drugs, its effects on your body, how your body will respond to the drugs, and how drugs will respond to your body, and what's the mechanism of action, and what's going on in your body after swallowing or administration of these drugs, and how to monitor, diagnostic, testing. These all include in the PharmD studies. And it's interesting, right? Some people say it's tough and hard to study, but if you feel you have interest in medical studies, so it will not be hard for you. So if you don't have much interest, it's okay, it's fine, but make interest in your studies, right? So it will be easy for you. And remember me in your prayers, and please subscribe my channel and share it with your friends who are in fear of their exams. Yes, I know there is much fear of exams for medical students especially. uh, so go and do your study, and Allah Hafiz.